Rane Raduli Charane Raduli Narotame Karadaya Apanarabali Srila Prabhupada ki Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim Om Jnanavirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshuruvanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udabada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavam Vishnapadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Aschyatta Deshatarine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Nitinamine Srivarshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdhayam Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryojjala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidanandanamine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishayi Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Suratur Pangur Mamanda Matergati Matsarvasvabadam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Srimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prashtralibhise Vyamano Smarami Sriman Rasarasarambhe Vamshivata Tatastitaha Karsham Veno Swaner Gopir Gopinataha Shri Estunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. English, Hindi, Telugu. English. Okay. So we'll talk something from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Pastimes. Generally we read Prabhupada Lilamrta, and Srila Prabhupada is an address not only to our Srila Prabhupada but also to his spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. So in one sense, this is Prabhupada Lilamrta only. You may think, oh Prabhuji, every Ekadashi we have Prabhupada Lilamrta. Why are you talking about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur? Because originally the word Prabhupada was ascribed to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. Then in one place where Prabhupada says that sometimes the Acharyas are referred as Prabhupada, Bhagavad like that. Then some devotee asked Prabhupada, can we address you as Prabhupada? Because before that, Srila Prabhupada was addressed as Swamiji. So then Prabhupada said, yeah, we can. He just said, you can. Then everybody started using the word Prabhupada. Of course, the Gaudiya Math is not very happy with it. But what we can do? It's now so established that around the world, when you say Prabhupada, it refers to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. And his spiritual master is also Prabhupada. And it is not that the word Prabhupada cannot be used to Srila Prabhupada, because it has been used for his guru. Like for example, you have a devotee who is been in the movement for 25 years. You use the word Prabhu. And somebody who has just joined 25 days back also, you address him as Prabhu. Just because now you address this word Prabhu as to somebody, is it that we cannot address to somebody else? No. The meaning of Prabhupada is twofold. Number one is one who has taken the lotus feet of Prabhu, shelter of the lotus feet of Prabhu. Prabhupada. Pada means feet. So Srila Prabhupada has taken shelter of the lotus feet of our Prabhu. Who is he? Krishna. This is one meaning. External meaning. Internal meaning is the person onto whose lotus feet many Prabhus have taken shelter of. Many Prabhus means many men, they have taken shelter of whoever's lotus feet. And that person is known as Prabhupada. Many Prabhus have surrendered to his lotus feet. These are two folds. So now, generally, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's 150th appearance anniversary we celebrated, and that festival is going to go throughout the year. GBC has told that you should celebrate this festival throughout the year. 150th appearance of Srila Bhakti Siddhantha Saraswati Thakur. So whenever you get an opportunity, you have to talk about Srila Bhakti Siddhantha Thakur. So greatest service which to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur has been done by Prabhupada, and adding nice wonderful icing on the cake is done by disciple of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. Because he wrote a book after doing a thorough research on the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. Bhakti Siddhantha Vaibhav. So we will read something from that and try to get some idea who is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Very interestingly, we know him as Simha Guru. Simha Guru means what? What is the meaning Simha Guru? Who looks like a lion. Somebody told Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Simha Guru because he has got a beard like a lion. Analogies cannot be just taken so literally. He's called Simha Guru because when he roars like a lion, he roars like a lion. When the lion roars, all the jackals run away. The same way when he roars, all the jackals in the heart of his disciples run away. Prabhuji, we have never heard Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur roaring. His roaring means when he gives class. When he gives his pravachan, that is called roar. So this is what we know about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. See, Chaitanya Lila is extending even till today. It is not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are over, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime is Sankirtan. So it is extending through Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, through Gaudiya Math, through Srila Prabhupada, through ISKCON. Even till today the pastimes are happening. Sankirtan movement means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. So Chaitanya Sangigara Nitya Siddha Karimani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates, they are all Nitya Siddhas. So they appear. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Chaitanya Sangi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate. So all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are there in the Krishna Lila. They are in the female form in the Krishna Lila. They are in the form of Manjaris, some Sakis like that. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears, Krishna in the mood of Radharani appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the associates of Radha Krishna, they appear in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement in the form of a male body. So now, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, who is he? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Mani Manjari. Nayana Mani Manjari. That is the original form of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Nitya Siddha, his Nitya Siddha Swarupa is Nayana Mani Manjari. Nayana Mani Manjari is an associate, servant of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani has many servants, many Manjaris who serve her in different moods. But the mood in which Nayana Mani Manjari serves Srimati Radharani is Vama Madhya. Vama Madhya means the rightest mood. leftist mood. There are two moods. It's where the devotees, they think Krishna is mine. That mood is Vam Bhava. So Radharani has got that mood. So Nayana Mani Manjari, she serves Radharani in that mood. But it is not Vama Prakara. Prakara means like Lalita Sakhi. She becomes very angry when she sees that somebody has offended Radharani. Somebody made Radharani cry. She becomes very angry. That's the mood, Vama Prakara. But little bit mild. That is not Madhya. So Vama Madhya is the mood of Nayana Mani Manjari. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Nayana Mani Manjari. Eternal age of Nayana Mani Manjari is 12 years, 3 months and 15 days. This is the age of Nayana Mani Manjari. And what is her eternal service? Eternal service of Nayana Mani Manjari is to apply alta onto the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Especially even in south also, north also. The ladies, they put a red colored lac on the feet, around the feet like this. The feet like they apply the lac like this. So that's called alta. In English they call it lac. So it's a very special herbal thing which they apply. And that is what Nayana Mani Manjari offers to Srimati Radharani. And she has got a pinkish color. That's the color of Nayana Mani Manjari. So you may say, how are you able to tell all these things? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur himself has revealed this thing. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Siddha Swarupa is Kamal Manjari. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur has declared that Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, his guru, is Guna Manjari. Once, in a letter, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur hinted that he is Nayana Mani Manjari. He wrote a letter in 1921 to Kunj Vihari Prabhu. In the letter, he says that Sri Vrishabhanu Nandini addresses her young maid servant as Nayana Mani Manjari. And Radharani always wants Nayana Mani Manjari to be with her always. And Nayana Mani Manjari also wants Radharani to be. But somehow it so happens, even though you want somebody to be very close to you, always with you, it doesn't happen. At that time, Vilas Manjari comes and sees Radharani is so distressed, and she goes and then convinces Nayana Manjari, oh, your mistress, your Radharani is very much distressed, why don't you come and join? So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur write all these esoteric things in his letter. You may say, Lion Guru, we heard only about this speaking Siddhanta, Tattva and Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harine. He is always doing khandan of any Siddhanta which is Apasiddhanta, which is against any philosophy antagonistic to the Rupa Goswami's philosophy. Is khandan, he is doing khandan. Paramata Khandana is doing. Like a lion who would roar and then he will remove all the anarthas which are in the heart of the devotees. He is Lion Guru. Now, how is it that you are talking about all these things? Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, how is he talking about all these things? We never heard this side of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. We have not heard, that doesn't mean he is not done. So he starts writing that Vimala Manjari, she comes and then convinces me to come and immediately come and then join Srimati Radharani. So Nayana Mani Manjari, she always tries to satisfy Srimati Radharani. It is Vimala Manjari who ensures that Nayana Mani Manjari is always engaged in service of Srimati Radharani. So this is what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur writes. This is one pramana. Actually he is talking, in the Siddha Deha he is talking, just go on talking, that what's a particular pastime when it comes in the mind of a Siddha, means eternally associate, eternal associate, Nitya Siddha. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur or any Nitya Siddha, externally with their body, they would do sadhana. It's not sadhana sharira. And then in the Nitya Siddha Deha, means in the Deha which is eternally perfect, they serve Krishna, Radha Krishna in their mind. So sometimes what goes on in the mind comes out. So you cannot hold always. So externally you find Rupa Goswami is doing sadhana bhakti, is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he is writing books, doing Govardhan Parikrama. But internally, what Rupa Manjari does, That seva goes on in the mind. Do you think Rumanjali sits and chant Hare Krishna mantra? No. Bucking flowers, making things. Lalita Sakhi is always doing that. So they have a double role here. Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita, they have a double role. Nityasiddhas, when they appear in this world, they have a double role. Bahya Rupena, in Bahya means externally, sadhana. They do sadhana, they execute the sadhana into the sadhana sharira. And in the Nityasiddha Swarupa, they continue their service to Radha and Krishna, like making flower garlands, making painting, doing all kinds of activities within the mind itself. And sometimes it so happens, whatever happens in the mind, it comes out. Whatever you think, it comes out. One Srila Raghunath Das Goswami had a stomachache, severe stomachache. And all the villagers, they went and called a doctor. The doctor came and checked the pulse and told that, no, his stomachache is because of overeating. And all the villagers told, we have never seen him eating. Once in 3 days, he only takes some chas. Some buttermilk he takes, that's all. Nothing he eats. Then the doctor told, no, it is a pakka case of overeating. Then Raghunath Das Goswami told, what doctor is telling is right only. Yesterday there was a feast in Vraja. There I ate so much. So they have a double role here. There is sadhana sharira and there is siddha sharira within. In the siddha sharira activities, they own the mind. They do it through the mind. And sadhana sharira activities, they do through the body, external body. Sometime, once it so happened that Ananta Vasudev Prabhu told Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur that he had a dream. In the dream, he saw him, that means Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, as Nayanamani Manjari in Vraja. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur heard and just laughed at it, that's all. Just laughed, he did not say anything much. And after that, the word spread everywhere in the ashram, and everybody understood that our Guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, is none other than Nayanamani Manjari in this Siddha Swarupa, assisting Srimati Radharani. Now let us see who is Nayanamani Manjari. Very name itself is very interesting. Nayanamani Manjari means the jewel of the eye. Mani of the eye, the jewel of the eye, that is the pupil. So you have the eye, within the eye you have a small pupil. That is Nayanamani Manjari. So now, that means the thing which is most treasured. So let us see from Krishna's perspective. From Krishna, for Krishna's perspective, the most pleasing thing for Krishna is the Swarupa of Srimati Radharani. The most pleasing thing, most enchanting thing for Krishna is the Swarupa of Srimati Radharani. So in the Swarupa, if you see anybody's form, then the most pleasing thing in the form is the face. So if Radharani's Swarupa is most enchanting for Krishna, more than the Swarupa of Radharani, within the Swarupa of Radharani, the face of Radharani is most enchanting for Krishna. Within the face, which is the most enchanting? The eyes. Okay. So in the Radharani Swarupa, face, within the face, eyes are the most enchanting part of it. And within the eye, which is the most enchanting part? The pupil. So that pupil of Radharani's Swarupa is Nayanamani Manjari, that is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And that's how Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is most enchanting for Krishna. This is from Krishna's side. And let us see from the side of perspective of Radharani. From the perspective of Radharani, what is the most enchanting thing for Radharani is Krishna's form. And Krishna's form is perceived by Radharani through pupil. Isn't it? Not the eye. The whole eye is the eyeball is there. Within the eyeball, that pupil is the thing which actually collects the photograph. So from both perspectives, if you see, Nayanamani Manjari is very exalted. Is very very enchanting for both Radha and Krishna. Because Nayanamani Manjari is always thinking of union of Radha and Krishna. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, once he just spoke in a Bangla pada. He told, Hardaya boliya kebau daita dasera seva gopi dhana katara kirtana. Hridaya boliya keba. Keba means somebody told me in my heart. He did not say You should have told us, somebody told me. No, somebody told me within my heart. Daita Dasera Seva. The Seva of Daita Dasa, this Daita Dasa, is Gopi Dhana Katara Kirtana. Is to glorify Gopi Dhana. Topics of Krishna. Who is that Krishna? Gopi Radhan. The wealth of the gopis. That Krishna, Katara Kirtana, is the only seva of Nayana Mani Manjari or Daita Dasa. Externally his name is Daita Dasa, but actually is Nayana Mani Manjari. That is the only seva. So who told him in the heart? Nobody told him in the heart. In the Siddha Deha, is actually inspiring him to do this, because when Radharani is experiencing suffering from Krishna, then Nayana Mani Manjari, she actually pacifies Srimati Radharani by speaking about Krishna, by Harikatha. So externally Bhakti Thakur is speaking Harikatha out of compassion to the conditioned souls, but actually internally what is happening? She is pacifying Radharani by speaking Harikatha. This is called Chaitanya Lila. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going South India tour. Krishna, 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 Krishna hai, Krishna, 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 Krishna hai, Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam, Raksha Mam, goes on chanting. And tears are flowing through his eyes like Ganga would flow through the mountains. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is walking externally, he is experiencing separation from Srimati Radharani. Out externally, what is seen? That is preaching Krishna consciousness. Anybody saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not stop but chanting. Anybody, anywhere they went, they also made others chant. Externally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India tour for preaching. That is what externally is seen. But internally what is happening? It is Radharani who is crying in separation from Krishna. And who meets Radharani? Vishaka, Lalita Saki. Vishaka Saki. Who is Vishaka Saki? Ramananda Rai. So Rai Raman Samvad, externally it is established in the glory of Radharani, preaching Krishna consciousness. Externally this is what Samvad is going on. Internally what is going on? Vishaka Saki pacifying Srimati Radharani. Isn't it? So this preaching Audarya, and behind that Audarya there is Madhurya. It is undercurrent. The undercurrent of Chaitanya Lila is actually Madhurya. The external current is Audarya. Raja and Navadip, they are one coin, two sides of the same coin. Audarya and Madhurya. So here Bhakti Thakur is speaking Krishna Katha, is preaching Krishna Katha. But internally what is happening? In Siddha Deha, pacifying Srimati Radharani. So once in his lecture, Sri Bhakti Thakur hinted something very interesting. He told, I had many points to make about Shuddha Bhakti. I want to speak so much about Shuddha Bhakti and the topics of Mahaprabhu that would be preached. But before saying all these things, I have taken up so much of time with introductory talks only. Just imagine all the writings of Sri Bhakti Thakur. He says, it is only introductory talk. This is only introductory talk. If Lord wills, I shall be able to elaborate all these subjects. Once Sri Bhakti Thakur wanted to start a newspaper. He already started a newspaper, Nadiya Prakash. Then somebody asked him, newspaper? Every day new things. What is there in this? Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and something. How can you publish something, everything new every day? Bhakti Thakur told, I can publish a newspaper on Krishna consciousness every second. Every second I can produce. Why every day? Because one stupid city called Hyderabad, so much of news is there. Which is one city in one country called India, and this country is one in the world, one country, and like that there are so many planets and so many planetary systems, and this one Brahmanda has got 14 planetary systems. Just imagine how much news would be there in one Brahmanda. And like that, there are millions of Brahmandas, and all these millions of Brahmandas, so much of news can be there in all the millions of Brahmandas, isn't it? And all the millions of Brahmandas are just in one corner of Vaikuntha, and the Vaikuntha is one corner of Raja. Just imagine how much news can be there. Bhakti Thakur asked everyone to memorize this verse. Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajeshatane Staddham Vrindavanam Ramya Kvajitupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Mahakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamalam Premapumartho Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matvidam Tatradaro Naparaha. He told this verse is actually talking about of worshipping Srimati Radharani. Vrajeshatane, Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajeshatane. So one has to worship Krishna in the footsteps of Srimati Radharani. Ramya Kvajitupasana Vrajavadu. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told that the Gaudiyas' prime duty is to serve the Vrajavasis, especially when Krishna left and went to Mathura and Dwaraka. And that is the mood of the Gaudiyas. The Gaudiyas, they serve Srimati Radharani. Radha Dasya is the primary seva of all the Gaudiyas. And that too when the Vrajavasis are in distress, in separation from Krishna. And we serve the Vrajavasis who are in distress, in separation from Krishna, by singing about Krishna, by talking about Krishna, by glorifying Krishna, making them peaceful. And that is said that the Jivas, they perform this Unnata Ujjala Rasa. This is Unnata Ujjala Rasa. What is Unnata Ujjala Rasa? It's not serving Krishna in Madhur Rasa, but serving the Vrajavasis who are experiencing separation from Krishna. That is Ujjala, Unnata Ujjala Rasa. So then he quoted this verse of Rupa Goswami Upadeshamrita and told this is the heart of the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, especially the Manjaris. The mood of Manjaris is described there. And he spoke that verse in a Bangla pada. He says, Sri Varshabhanami Devi Kabe Daita Dasera Undatire Stanadiba Nija Janeras Kare. Rupa Goswami had told that who is that intelligent person who does not go to Radhakund and take bath? Now here, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur taking the same verse says that if I am alone there, I will not take bath. When will that time come when Rupa Manjari, along with her associates, Diba Nija Janasnan, Diba means gives bath to all of us, along with her associates. Give bath to me, along with her associates in Radhakunda. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur spoke this thing. Especially Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to sing some verses to himself in front of Shri Radha Gandharvika Giridhari in Chaitanya Math. So I remember once I had taken a yatra to Navadip and all were there in Chaitanya Math. They were going different places, taking Achaman, doing Gordhan Parikram. I was just waiting for the altar to open and Aarti to happen. I was just sitting in front of the deities. Of course the curtains were closed. And I had nothing to do, so I just opened my mobile and then started reading or chanting some verses from Krishna Charanaravinda. So just chanting for 10 minutes, I went on chanting. I was not knowing there was one elderly Gaudiya Vaishnava who was standing behind me, Gaudiya Math, very elderly person. He came next to me and sat next to me. Then he spoke to me in Bengali. Oh, you are chanting very nicely. What are you chanting? I told these are Krishna Charanamrita verses I am chanting. So then he told his guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's spiritual disciple, I don't know, forgot sannyasi's name what he told. He told, Amage Bolachan, he told that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to chant some verses in front of Sri Radha Gandharvika Giridhari. Then he told, okay, what verses he used to chant? I asked. Then he told he used to chant verses within himself, not to everyone, from two books. One is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilapa Kusumanjali. Another one is Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur's Radha Rasudhanidhi. From these two books, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to chant verses, not in public, to himself, to the Lord. Then this Gaudiya Vaishnava told, my guru had told in one of the class, when you are chanting Krishna Charanamrita, I remembered that. He told. Then I told, oh, very nice that you gave good information. That is the time I started reading these two books. Radha Rasudhanidhi, wonderful book. So once Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, all of a sudden he started speaking on Raghunath Das Goswami's Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse number 102. He just went on giving Vyakhyan, went on giving his commentary on this verse. Ashabharerambrita sindhumayai katanchit kalo mayeti gamita kilasam pratimhi tam chet kripam mai vidhasyasi naiva kimme prane vrachena chavaroru makarinapi. Raghunath Das Goswami's verses in the mood of in experiencing the mood of separation from Radharani. That is what is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's mood. Experiencing separation from Srimati Radharani, where he says, if Radharani is not there, what is the use of prana? What is the use of my life? What is the use of Vraja? What is the use of even Vrindavan, Vraja? And what is the use of even Bakari? Api. Api, even Bakari means Krishna. Even Krishna would come. What is the use of Krishna? Krishna comes at last. Hare, you are in Vraja. You should be so happy. No. Hare, you are living. You should be happy. What is the use of life? I cannot wait even for a single moment in separation from Sri Radharani. Now the patience has gone to such an extent that I just cannot be tolerant anymore. I just cannot. I want to live my life. What is service to Vraja? What is service to Krishna? I am not interested in anything in separation from Sri Radharani. Now, once it so happened that Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gave a class on the first verse of Vilapa Kusumanjali. In that, Tam Rupa Manjari Saki Pratita Puresmin Pumsa Parasya Vadanam Nahisya Pashyatiti Bimbadare Kshatam Anagata Bhartrikaya Yatte Vedayakim Utakshuka Pungavena. So he went on giving explanation on this verse. Immediately he expressed all his bhava, lakshanas of bhava. Hair stood on his hand. It was in ecstasy. And all of a sudden he was sitting on a chair and giving class. He just fell down from the chair. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And Sharadindu Babu, he went inside to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur because some disciple took, and then they took him into the room. There, after some time, he came back to consciousness, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, "This happened because we are not fit to hear such topics," he told. "We are not fit to hear these topics. This happened because of that." Of course, he was just trying to cover it. He was experiencing ecstasy. And then he said, observing this upsurge of ecstasy, and his Acharya, all the devotees were completely stunned. And he started lamenting, "Today I succumbed to the weakness of speaking some topics which are very exoteric, and new audience were there. I am not supposed to speak, but somehow it so happened I could not stop myself from speaking all these things. What to do? Better to speak according to the judgment of Rupa Raghunath." And he stopped like that. Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is expressing his heart. And I just cannot stop myself from speaking these topics. But what to do? Audience are not qualified. That's the move. It is not the Bhaktisiddhanta told not to speak on these topics. No, it's not like that. That is the mood of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. Once Paramananda Brahmachari, he came to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and then told his Gurudev, he gave information that the king of Bharatpur, he is doing Dandavat Parikrama of Govardhan along with his family. He was praising him. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told, very interesting point. Those who can get it, they got it, otherwise they could not. Listen carefully. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told, the king of Bharatpur, the Diwan, has high regard for Srimati Radharani because of her connection with Krishna. But we worship Krishna because of Krishna's connection with Radharani. If Krishna is not connected to Radharani, we have nothing to do with Krishna. Because Krishna has got something to do with Radharani, we have something to do with Krishna. Isn't it? We worship Radharani, we worship Krishna because Krishna, Radharani accepts Krishna as her lover. What we can? That is why we are. Otherwise, so is the mood. So, another very interesting, I give the example of Simha Guru. Lion, very ferocious, roaring outside. But why the lion is roaring? Because to take care of her own family, isn't it? The love is there for the family. When the lion roars, the lioness and the cubs, they don't run away. Isn't they? Do they run away? They are very happy. So there are two aspects to it. Even the roar of the lion, Simha-Guru, there are two aspects of his pravachans. Let's see. Once it so happened that Parvat Maharaj, he came to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and then asked the question. What is the question? That why Krishna disappeared in the presence of Radharani, in spite of Krishna taking Radharani away from Raslila to show exclusive love which Krishna has for her, and at the same time destroyed the Saubhagyamana which gopis are experiencing in the Raslila, because all the gopis thought that Krishna is only with us, with me, is nobody else. So there was a Saubhagyamata which came in the mind of the gopis. They to subdue that, Krishna exclusively took Radharani, and so that Radharani's glory will be established. And what happened? In spite of that, Krishna left Radharani alone, went. Made her completely stunned and she fainted. Why did Krishna did this? So then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, when he heard this thing, he should have repeated what his father Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Bhagavad Marichimala, Bhagavad Arka Marichimala, he told that Krishna left Radharani and went so that he could hear Gopi Geet. All the gopis, Radharani got together and sat singing songs in separation from Krishna. So Krishna was hiding behind the bushes and hearing. He was relishing the love which the gopis had for him in the heart. So then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur should have repeated that, isn't it? Siddhanta. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur became very angry at this Parvat Maharaj. He told, what bhakti you are going to get by hearing this thing? What bhakti you are going to get by hearing this thing? What bhakti do you find here that prompts you to ask this question? The question was rejected. Then you say, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he rejected such questions. Don't ask such questions about Raslila. That may be your interpretation. But see the other side of it. Other side of it is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Nayanamani Manjari. And Nayanamani Manjari, following in the footsteps of Lalita Saki, cannot tolerate Krishna giving trouble to Radharani. Krishna giving trouble to Radharani, Radharani crying in separation from Krishna, that cannot be tolerated by Lalita Saki. And that cannot be tolerated by Nayanamani Manjari. So somebody asking a question, I want to know how Krishna gave trouble to Radharani. Why he gave? Then what will happen? What bhakti you are going to get? Don't ask such question. How Radharani gave trouble to Krishna, that you ask, I will talk about it. How Krishna is crying in separation from Radharani, that I will speak about it. So this is how the whole Chaitanya Lila is all about. So sometimes Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur would hear the name of Radharani and suddenly would faint. In a lecture given on Radhashtami, he stated Radharani is the wealth of Govinda. Radharani is the wealth by which Govinda is wealthy. Radharani is the wealth by which Govinda is wealthy. And that if after going through all 18,000 verses of Bhagavatam, the reader did not find her in that Bhagavatam, then his study is useless. Open lecture in the Bhagavatam. Because completely, there are 4 kinds of gopis. And of course, following them as Manjaris. They are Swapaksha, there are Surut, Tatastha, and they are Vipaksha. So there are 4 categories of gopis. So there are some Radha gopis who are Swapaksha. She is Swapaksha gopi. So always hearing Srimati Radharani. In a public meeting, somebody asked Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, why you Gaudiya Vaishnavas talk about Radharani? So much emphasis on Srimati Radharani. Why not Lakshmi? And he recited so many verses glorifying Lakshmi. Glorifying, oh, Lakshmi is so great, so great. And while glorifying, he is smiling himself. Who is that Lakshmi? Expansion of Srimad Radharani. But in public, he would just speak like that. Glorifying of Radha was not to be spoken openly, yet he was obliged to reply to uphold her dignity and that of the previous Acharyas, for whom she was the topmost object of reverence. So, rent by this dilemma, he fainted. He was having a dilemma. He fainted. I am glorifying Lakshmi, Lakshmi, and he just fainted after speaking this thing because he had a dilemma. One is what? Publicly you cannot speak of Srimati Radharani. At the same time, you cannot but speak about her. So this was the dilemma. This is a confusion. Just fainted. So, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur relished the most those pastimes of Chaitanya Charitamrita where the last part of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where there is intense separation, feelings of separation have been described by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has been expressed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whenever he used to chant these verses and then speak on Chaitanya Charitamrita, Danta Lila, tears used to flow through his eyes. So this is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's special Swarupa Tattva of Bhakti Siddhantha Thakur. Swarupa Tattva. Of course, we heard so much of Swarupa. We heard some Chamatkar. Some Chamatkar of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gave once a lecture on Vairagya, detachment. It was a very powerful lecture. To such an extent, all the disciples' hearts were shaken. When you hear so much of detachment, you find your heart is so attached, you become a little bit depressed. In the afternoon, it so happened Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was writing some article, and all of a sudden he just stood up and went behind a monkey. The monkey had stolen 2 bananas. He took a stick and ran behind the monkeys, and then the monkeys had to give up the bananas and they run away. But when he just stood up and started running, the table shook and there was an ink pot kept, because at that time there was a ink pens were there. The ink bottle fell down and whatever he wrote became stoked in ink. So then one disciple came and asked Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Gurudev, morning you gave a class on detachment and you were so attached to these 2 bananas, that 2 monkeys. How can I understand this thing? Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told, these bananas belong to Srimati Radharani and she had kept it for offering to Krishna, and these monkeys are stolen away. So how can I tolerate it? So once, when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had gone to some installation of Ram deities, Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman deities in a village in the hills near Madhupur. There, they were not devotees of Krishna, they were devotees of Ram. Of course, both are the same personality. Of course, they had no idea of Chaitanya. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had gone, they were invited him, they did the installation ceremony, he was giving Harikatha. They all had respect for sadhu, but they are not having any respect for the words of sadhu. It's very common in India. As soon as sadhu goes, they welcome, they do all puja, pada puja and all these things. When he says that, all of you sit down, I'm going to speak something. Oh, Swamiji, we have got a lot of work to do. You speak to your disciples, we'll go. We have some important work for. We don't have time. So same thing happened there also, and they were there in their own world and they were doing some yajna and all. All of a sudden, the news spread that the Yajman's nephew, a small boy, he was just crawling here and there and then fell in the Yajna-kunda. And the news came to Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, was giving a class. Everybody shouting, crying and all these things happening. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told, wherever Harikatha is happening, there can be no inauspiciousness. All of a sudden they saw that boy crawled out of the Yajna-kunda. And when they saw this thing, they all became very reverential towards Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. They all sat in the class and started hearing Harikatha. Bhaktivedanta Thakur once, one college student asked, we know we are doing something wrong, but we cannot stop ourselves. Why is it so? Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, it's because of Hridaya Daurbalya. And you can overcome this Hridaya Daurbalya only when you are sitting in a sadhu's association, hear Harikatha. One Srila Kishore Mohan Bhakti Bandhav, he asked that Matavasis give up everything. They all give up everything to practice bhakti. But in spite of all the years of their practice of Krishna consciousness, there is no progress. What is the reason? Bhaktivedanta Thakur told, somebody goes on eating bhojan, but still is dubla patla. Because in the intestines there are some kida. He is not eating. The whole rasa is not going to the body. It is going to all the kidas. And they are becoming strong. And what are the kidas when you do bhajan? The bhajan is eaten by which kida? He told there are two kidas. Selfish desire. Other is secret bad behavior, bad habits. It is because of these two kidas, these two worms, happens. Once Bhaktivedanta Thakur was in Naimisharanya, he was standing on the ghat, one of the steps. The water was at this level. All of a sudden, disciples could see the water level increased and washed the feet of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And immediately went lower. It's a very special Charanaravinda. And all the disciples jumped in the pond, take bath. Like that, Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur's, so many other wonderful pastimes are there. Once in Dhaka, it so happened, lot of people were waiting for Bhaktivedanta Thakur to come and give class. So as soon as Bhaktivedanta Thakur came, he saw all of them and paid obeisances. Then all of them saw, whom is he paying obeisances to? They looked at each other. Some rishi must have come, some devotee must be there, somebody must be there. They all realized nobody is there. Immediately they all paid obeisances. That is the heart of Bhaktivedanta Thakur. What is his heart? Whenever he saw somebody is interested in Krishna Katha, interested in hearing Krishna Katha, he bowed down to them. He bowed down to them. Bhaktivedanta Thakur had very interesting 2 points I'll tell and stop. Very interesting way of seeing things. Whether it is geographical, whether it is scriptural. In the scriptural thing, there is one verse we all know in the 11th canto, 5th chapter, 33rd verse. Dheyam sada parivavagnam avishtadoham Irthaspadam Shavirninchanatam Sharanyam Rityartyam Pranatvala Bhavadipotam Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam. Talking about the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna coming as Chaitanya as Yuga Avatar. There, this verse says, Dhyayam Sada. Krishna, when he came as Chaitanya, he gave a process by which we can execute it at any time. Nimitas Pranena Kalaha. Dhyayam Sada Paribhavagnam. That process which he gave is going to destroy the repetitive birth and death in this world. Paribhavagnam avishtadoham. It gives you the thing which is most dear to your heart, that is love, Krishna Prema. Tirthas Padam. The meaning of the word Tirthas Padam means where all the tirthas are residing at the feet of Chaitanya. That is the meaning. But Bhaktivedanta Thakur gives a very interesting meaning. He says, Krishna came and took shelter of Ananda Tirtha. Who is Ananda Tirtha? Madhvacharya. So there's the Tirthas Padam. He gives a commentary that when Krishna comes and takes shelter of Ananda Tirtha, Madhvacharya, that Krishna is Chaitanya. So once he was in Mysore, he was given a very royal welcome in the king of Mysore, the Vadayar family. So many people came to hear his class. He was made to stay in the palace. Still that writing is there. When you go to any big place, they they take your signature and your comments, isn't it? So Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave a comment there. Still that thing is there. So Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur in the class he told, Mysore is for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What it is Gaudiya Vaishnavas? Because onto the east of Mysore, you have Mulbagal, the place of the headquarters of Bhakti Siddhantha, Vyasaraya Tirtha, his guru Sripada Tirtha. Those who know something about Madhva, Sampradaya Acharyas know. There is a big Hanuman temple there, and that is where the revival of Madhva philosophy happened after many years in the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, in the central South India area. And from there only Sri Padaraya, after that you have this Vyasaraya Tirtha, who established Hanuman deities in Attapur. 2 temples are there. And his disciples, Vyasaraya Tirtha's disciples, Vijayendra Tirtha and his disciples, Sudhindra Tirtha and then Raghavendra Tirtha, all of them. It was a great revolution of Madhva, revival of Madhva Sampradaya. So that is Madhva, that is Dvaita, isn't it? On to the east of Mysore. And on the west of Mysore, there is Sringeri, headquarters of Advaita. So he said that Mysore is in between both. So it is Dvaita, Advaita, 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 Achintya Bheda Ved Tattva. So, out of the world commentary. So this is how Bhaktivedanta Thakur. So it's very interesting that if you all can read Bhakti Siddhantha Vaibhav. Maharaj has taken so much of struggle, 20 years of research to compile that book, to write that book. So it's nice that you're all now young blood. This is the time to read and then preach the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Stop here. Hare Krishna. Questions? What question can be there in this? Okay. If you have something, okay, no problem. Anybody has any question? I don't think any questions there. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Chaitanaya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna,